Don't compute 14A disallowance if assessee can convince you. This is second case decision on section 14A that I am posting after 14A holding by Honorable Supreme Court. All these decisions are prior to Supreme Court holding, and all of these have clearly stated that tax officer should be careful. He should first ascertain that what assessee is claiming is genuine or not. He should not whimsically use the disallowance provisions under section 14A. Only if tax officer is dissatisfied, then should use 0.5% disallowance provision. I know, but this time specially, after this decision of Honorable Supreme Court, we all have well understood that it's not so simple for AO to disallow the expenses under the grab of dividend expenses. But I will not stop, and I am throwing one more such decision before you. This is the case of Celica Developers Private Limited, decided by ITAT Kolkata. Deduction allowed for expenses claimed under section 14A. Celica Developers Private Limited received a dividend of rupees 1.10 crore and they claimed it to be exempt. ITO had no problems in giving exemption, but his eyes got stuck on the expense claimed by Celica to earn the dividend income. Of course, Celica had disallowed such expenses in its computation, but it was too small, only rupees 1.10 lakhs. God forbid, it should have been 0.5% of the total investment. Investment was approx of rupees 103 crore. That is, disallowance should have been approx rupees 54 lakhs. What else? Respectful ITO disallowed the expense of rupees 54 lakh and raised the demand. Celica said before the CIT appeal that this investment was not direct acquisition, it was result of merger. ITO said before ITAT that disallowance under section 14A is made for maintenance and administration expenses, and such a big investment is a strategic decision which involves top management, so disallowance is proper. ITAT disagreed with the ITO. ITAT held that ITO has made disallowance on presumptions. He has mentioned no cognate reason for disregarding the claim of the Celica, especially when Celica had explained the nature of investment and as to why substantial expenditure was not required to be incurred by it. So, ITAT allowed Celica's claim, and section 14A could not be applied by tax officer. The links of the other two cases on 14A are